Hey everyone, I'm Rob and welcome to the test drive. So today we are going to go for a drive in the 2018 F-150 and I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to drive this awesome truck.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll start with the key. Now I do love this design of the Ford key. This one does not have a remote start option, but you can get it with this F-150. The other thing that I really like is the fact that you have the keypad access. Now this isn't like the hidden keypad like my Fusion has, for example, and some other Fords do, the Explorer, the Taurus. But you know what? These actual buttons here are pretty nice. I do like them. Pretty easy proximity key, so you don't have to press the button. You just put your hand here, it unlocks, open the door. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the engine. So this has the 5-liter V8, which I love. Nothing against the EcoBoost engines, but it is nice to just have a real V8. Now, this is an extremely comfortable interior. Because this is a Lariat, it does have leather. This option is the 6-seater option, so you do have a column shifter because you have a 6th seat right here. Has heated and cooled seats, has a Sync 3 system, and what I really love in the Lariat, I'll show you here when I fire it up. So this does have push-button start. What I really love in the Lariat, one of the many things, is the fact that you have a 4-auto mode. So right now I'm in 2 high, but you can put it in 4-auto, and this will essentially function as a full, all-wheel drive vehicle where it'll engage the front wheels where it needs to versus 2 high where it just functions as a rear-wheel drive vehicle. And the other thing that a lot of people don't like in pickup trucks, or at least can't understand, and I don't hate it, but I understand why people may not like it, is the fact that you have auto start stop in this F-150. Let's go. I mean, this thing gets up quickly. It is fast. And it pulls really hard. Now another awesome thing about this truck is that you have different driving modes. So I have it in normal, but you do have tow haul, snow wet, eco, and sport. What sport does essentially, I don't really feel much of a difference in the steering. What it definitely does is it keeps you at a higher RPM, keeps you in a lower gear so that you get more on-demand power, basically. Puts you kind of in the optimal range for horsepower and torque. I like normal though because I like the 10-speed. I like taking advantage of what you get with this 10-speed transmission, being the better fuel economy, lower RPMs at higher speeds. I mean, when you're cruising down the interstate, when you're going 75 miles an hour, you're not even running at 2,000 RPMs. I mean, you're gonna easily be 1,1600. If you're going 60 miles an hour, you might even be like 1,300 in 10th gear. So that is very cool. This thing is awesome. Now this does not have a heated steering wheel. You can get F-150s with a heated steering wheel. Mine just doesn't have it. One thing I do like about F-150s, and it's not in this one, is the fact that you can get a console shifter. This one has the column shifter because you have this seat here in the middle instead. Which is fine though, I mean this is fine, but I do like that you can get a console shifter in the F-150. It's just preference of mine, I guess. I like having an actual center console. It's just amazing though, the performance that you get with this V8. And the nice thing about this versus the EcoBoost engines is the linear power. I mean, there's no turbo lag. Not necessarily that there really is in the EcoBoost engines, but it's just different having that true linear power. And you also get that raw V8 sound that you don't get in a turbocharged or twin turbocharged V6. And when you take off in this thing, you don't feel its size that much. So we're in now 8th gear. I don't know if now we're in 9th. So we're in 9th gear right now, going 62 miles an hour, running at 1500 RPMs. Now we're in 10th gear and we are around 1400 RPMs. So that is awesome. I love the design of the screen here in the middle of the gauge cluster as well. It's very nice, gives you a lot of different options, vehicle information, especially when it comes to towing, off-roading. I've just kept it at the digital speedometer because I don't really need the other stuff, but it is nice. And this truck, I mean, it just drives amazingly. I mean, you really don't feel the imperfections in the road. And there's the auto start stop. Shuts off right there. And then it comes back on. It's not crazy loud when it kicks back on. And I mean, this is a truck, it's a V8. It's gonna make noise. It's not a Prius, thankfully. Check this out. I'm gonna put it in 4 auto. No wheel spin. When you're in 4 auto, you see the power distribution going to all 4 wheels automatically. And it's biased to the rear, so once you kind of let off the accelerator a little bit, either way, it puts a lot more to the rear, which is how it should be. Put it back in too high, and then it's all in the rear. People often will say that with a transmission like this that has a lot of gears that it'll be constantly shifting, and whether or not this one actually is, it's really unnoticeable to the driver. Like, I don't notice a difference between 8th gear and 10th gear. I mean, you do a little bit if you look at the tachometer, you'll see, obviously in a lower gear, you're running at, higher RPMs, but right now we're going 67 miles an hour. We're running 1600 RPMs. It shifted in a 9th. I barely noticed anything. I didn't feel anything really. I just, it was more about the sound. I love the way that this thing sits as well. I mean, as the driver, you feel like you're so high up and just kind of dominating the road. This F-150 also rides so smoothly. It's so unlike the typical pickup truck. It just is so comfortable, rides so smoothly. I mean, Ford did an amazing job designing this and really letting you have it all, because you get a pickup truck that is fast, extremely comfortable, and allows you to do everything that a pickup truck is supposed to do. And it looks freaking awesome. And this is not even the best looking F-150. You can get much higher end, much better looking, more stylish F-150s. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Rob. This is the test drive. Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this video and this truck and what this competes against. And please subscribe to my channel if you'd like. It does help me make more videos just like this one. Thanks again for taking this test drive with me, and I'll talk to you soon.